So Jeannie Komen was a lady who actually did die of breast cancer, and her sister formed this organization to kind of support the research foundation of it and to keep her sister's memory alive. Actually, it's a race and a walk. If you want to race, there's a 5K race, and they have awards and things like that for people like that. They also have a walk for people like myself who do not enjoy running, and it's a 5K. So we just have a great time walking and seeing everybody and having a great time over there. I became involved with it because my grandmother is a survivor and I wanted to do something for her. But I also wanted the kids that I taught here to know that they could do something besides, giving $1 here and there on casual dress days and things like that. So with my grandmother being a survivor, I started forming teams and doing that for her. It was about 5 years ago, whenever the first time that I actually did the race. My grandmother was living in Bay St. Louis, and out there, the Race for the Cure, they may have had 100 people that showed up for the race. So I went and got my grandmother and brought her down here for the Race for the Cure for this one. And I think she was a little overwhelmed because at that time there was around 8,000 for that first race that we did with my grandmother, and she was loving it. And even for those who can't walk, my grandmother's 91, so she can't exactly do a 5K, but they have either the 1 mile, and this past year they had the little trolleys that go around downtown Baton Rouge, and they picked them up on the trolleys, and they get to ride the race. So even if you can't keep up with the pace, you can still get on the trolley and just kind of ride and see everybody, and it goes all around the LSU campus, which is really pretty. And it was a great time last year. So, and they have awards for the largest teams of different companies, the largest of schools, and Parkview won last year for the largest school. And they have awards for t-shirts, designs for different companies, design their own shirts and things like that. So it's really fun. I love going. Well, not only did my grandmother have breast cancer, and as of this year, she's a 51-year survivor, but also my great aunt has had breast cancer, and then my husband's aunt had breast cancer actually twice from it. I've learned a lot of how many kids at this school right now that their moms have had breast cancer. We have 3 in 7th grade alone whose moms have had breast cancer. So I think it's a great way of making people aware of contacting their doctor, getting the mammograms, doing self-checks and things like that to make sure that they don't become a victim of breast cancer. This past year, they had all over 10,000 that registered for the Baton Rouge race. The team aspect is basically a way for you to get people to join and to be able to get involved with Komen and knowing what they're doing for the community. The Baton Rouge Komen actually supports the surrounding parishes. It's not just Baton Rouge itself. You're from Tangipahoa, Donaldsonville, the Felicianas, and things like that. So all the money that's raised through the Baton Rouge Komen stays in the Baton Rouge area. This race is actually at the LSU field that is right across from the new baseball field. The race, there's a survivor recognition that starts at 8 o'clock, and where all the survivors get together, they come and do like a little parade down, and they recognize based on years of survival. And that's at 8 o'clock. And then around 8:30 to 9 o'clock is when just like casual 1 mile walkers start. At 9 o'clock, the actual race for the people who want to compete. That starts at 9 o'clock, and then all the rest of us walk after them. On March 5th at LSU, the women's gymnastics, the PMAC, they're going to have an event to make more awareness of Komen and to try to get more of an organization ready for the race for the next day. And they'll have an information booth set up so that people can go and get information on the race, get information on breast cancer, and hopefully make a difference for the Race for the Cure. If they go to KomenBatonRouge.org, and they can go on there and get race information. And there's a lot of other events that Komen does.